Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. This is going to be a reading on Pope Francis. On Thursday, he warned against inflexible ideology positions that can hinder the church from seeing reality and moving forward. This is a few days after he made a declaration allowing blessings of same-sex couples that conservatives have condemned. Also in this story, he mentioned the continuing debate between progressives and conservatives. And he basically said, let us remain vigilant against rigid ideological positions that often, under the guise of good intentions, separate us from reality and prevent us from moving forward. We are called instead to set on a journey, like the Magi, following the light that always desires to lead us on, at times along unexplored paths. While the Pope's opening to blessings for same-sex couples was welcomed by many, conservatives said it could shake the foundations of the faith and even lead the church to a schism. He basically told Christians should always be restless and open to change. The Christian faith, let us remember, is not meant to confirm our sense of security, to let us settle into comfortable religious servitudes, and to offer us quick answers to life's complex problems. When God calls, he sends us on a journey, draws us out of our comfort zones, our complacency about what we've already done. In this way, he sets us free. So, the Pope is trying to be open-minded and more inclusive, making the church more inclusive. And what do you know? Conservatives just don't like that change. It should always be the way it always was. It's funny, while I've been flipping through these cards, I came across the Nine of Swords, the Devil card. Tradition's a hard thing to overcome. Okay, let's look at the energy around the Pope's blessing of same-sex couples. Now, mind you, this isn't like giving them approving same-sex marriage. He basically said, so long as we don't call it marriage, it doesn't look like marriage, and violate all these other things in the church, it's fine. So it's just a really tepid move in the grand scheme of things. But the Catholic Church is kind of a juggernaut, so any small course change seems like it's a big deal. Okay, what's the energy around this? Star card. This Pope, generally speaking, has been an absolute star. He has been amazing. From my personal point of view, I'm sure there's a number of Catholics that would just as soon burn me on the cross for my heretical sayings here. But he's been a star. He's done exactly what the Christ energy would want him to do. And God bless him for that. And he's been victorious. He has been moving the Catholic Church back towards its roots of helping people and being of service to people. They're not supposed to be dictating to people and ruling. That was never the part of the church. Lead, yes, but not rule. And again, he's being victorious with his programs. His programs he's trying to get the Catholic Church to look at itself in unfamiliar ways. In some ways, the unfamiliar ways are the old ways, as it were. When he's saying, don't get comfortable. You should be restless. You should be challenging things. That's, the Catholic Church was pushing against the establishment back in the day. And Jesus with fish in the cup and stuff like that. And he's trying to appeal to young people. I think the Catholic Church it does not have a lot of recruits coming from young folks. And it's because the church is so conservative, it's not attracting young people to it. So it's dying, basically. And he's trying to resurrect the church by making it a bit more contemporary. In the past, we got the Nine of Wands. Everything this man has had to do has been a battle. Every initiative that he wants to do, he has to look over his shoulder to see what's going to come down the pike, contemplate all the different power plays and power structures that are going on in the church, and then try to make his move to move the church forward. I think, again, previous popes, it wasn't worth the effort. You're just going to get steamrolled if you tried that, because the church had become rather fixed in its ways. Current situation is the Ten of Pentacles. This is his legacy. He's 87 years old. He's not going to be the Pope for forever here. I don't know how his health is, but he's leaving behind an incredible legacy for himself and for the church, to hopefully that the next popes that come into place can pick up that mantle and move forward. Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. This was kind of his destiny. This is what he was supposed to be doing. Again, moving the church forward, keeping up with the times. The church moves slowly, and he's trying to get that wheel moving in the right direction. The Hierophant, big organizations, leader of the church in this case. So it's a pretty good card for that one. He's been an incredible pope and a leader. But, the other thing is he has to get ready to have the next leader put in place to keep this initiative rolling and not allow the church to get stuck. Out comes the Page of Pentacles. Looking for the youth. And in some ways, it would be interesting if they can get a more youthful leader in there. The downside of that is that then you could have a leader that could be in there for 30, 40, 50 years or something along those lines. But you've got to, what he understands is you have to appeal to young people. If you don't appeal to young people, your religion is not going to grow. It's going to stagnate, and then it's going to die. A lot of the growth of the Catholic Church, it's not coming from Europeans having lots of kids and then those kids becoming Catholic. I think a lot of the growth comes from South and Central America and such. Maybe Africa. So it's not just a European-centric religion. And I think in some ways it's dying in Europe. So the only way you keep the ball rolling is you have to appeal to a broader audience. It's funny because it's the brown people that are being vilified, yet they're the ones that would keep the Catholic Church going, that these so-called Christians in the United States claim they support. Any special messages regarding Pope Francis here? And we'll call it good at this one. With this initiative or anything else. What else would Spirit like us to know? It's a decision time. These are choices that you make. Taking care of people, making sure everybody's needs are taken care of, being of service, being pregnant with the possibilities of help, showing strength and courage. Make your decisions, be courageous in them. And if you don't know which way to go for the way of service. Challenge people's priorities, challenge people's values. Remember the part he was saying about don't be restless? This is the restlessness right here. The sea going up and down. Always be looking at your values. What was valuable yesterday may not be of value today. And so be willing to change your values. Notice the infinity, that symbol that you've got going on here. We're infinite beings. We should be looking at the long term and being flexible to keep up with that. And that we need to be inclusive. Bring people in. You should always be welcoming to people. Don't ostracize the stranger. Accept them. Okay, so that's my quick reading on Pope Francis with his declaration for offering blessings to same-sex couples and his jet policies in general. I think he's been a great pope. I wish him a long tenure, but understanding it in his late 80s, a long tenure may not be very long. Okay, thank you for watching this video and supporting my channel. I appreciate it. And thank you for everything you do that helps things along. I really, really do appreciate that. For new viewers and folks just finding this channel, I hope you found this reading insightful, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.